His kind of teaching. But I'm a teacher. We gonna walk this thing tonight. And y'all know I don't back down. I don't compromise before I take anything back. I add more to it. So tell them I'm on. Tell them I'm on. And I'm raising hell live from New York, baby. Yes, I'm in New York. Have been having a I've been having a most wonderful time. Let me tell you, I have been enjoying New York. I hope that all of you that are under the sound of my voice. Yes. Y'all know I'm churchy. Greetings. I hope all of you that, but no, let me tell you something. That's not true anymore. New York go to sleep at 10 o'clock now. Honey, this is a different New York. The shopping's still good, but this is a different New York. This is not the New York of let me pull up my emails and messengers. So all of that, if you have anything that you would like to share or what have you, or if you need to hurry up and to hit me or whatever, I got my email up and my Facebook. Let me see. Before I start running off in my mouth, let me see if I got my Facebook Messenger up. I think I got it up. Y'all know. Okay, so let's get these folks in. Are y'all spreading the word? Because that's part of my personality. Maybe you are not familiar with Sir William. What you think I'm supposed to come on here and be melancholy? Yes. There was a concert tonight. So we are going to discuss it. We are going to discuss it and talk about it. I want to talk about it in I guess a real way, and really, I really want to, I wouldn't say examine, but, I want to talk about church, Black, and especially because, I'm Black. So I want to talk about the Black church and how, I think the pandemic has, exposed, wow, no pun intended. But I think that the pandemic has exposed a lot about us and about church and about, what is really, say, your relationship with God versus a lot of the stuff that we do out of emotion, a lot of the stuff that we do out of tradition, a lot of the stuff that we do that is ritual, and a lot of what we believe, because everyone, what is clear to me, that and based upon his concert, or whatever you want to call it, his virtual, I think you all are really, I think you all are really, really fake. I think black people are so messed up and so damaged as a result of systematic racism and slavery. But black church people are, just full of bull, because you'll hate. And then the thing about, let me say this, the thing about that also makes you also hypocritical is you won't have a problem long as you are looking alpha or masculine. It's okay for you to say that you're gay. So where do you want to start? Where do we want to start? Where do we want to start? Because I'm not exposing him. I am not in any kind of way berating him. I've gotten people that have sent me messages saying, why did you do this? Why you do that? That was put out by him. And I believe it was Daryl Walls. I would like to interview him. I don't know if he will, but I personally believe that, he seems to have been in conflict with, he seemed to be in conflict and in a war within himself. And I think that probably is the case for, a number of, I'm trying to figure out how do you get back to, okay, let me go home. And because I'm trying to figure out how to go back to your, yeah, everybody keeps saying the person outed him. Why do y'all keep saying that whoever was in his closest friends outed him? He outed himself. He shared it himself. It's not, I don't understand that. Why are y'all that dense? Are you so dense that you literally think that he shared that? So even if his private group or whatever you call it, even if it was, say, 5 people, say in his private group there was only 5 people in there, okay? Even if it was only 5 people in there, he made a conscious decision, just like I'm making a conscious decision to do my live tonight. He made a conscious decision. He and his boyfriend are looking in the camera, like I'm looking in the camera on my phones. Okay, I am consciously aware that I am live and I am talking to a group of people that are following me or that follow me on social media. He looked into the camera and made the decision to say, I love you and the guy is saying, oh no, I don't like you like that or whatever, and they kiss. That was his way of saying, I'm coming out. I am, for whatever reason, I am, sick of, playing. I am, going to, I am going to be, true to myself. Okay. Let me use myself as an example. Let me use, cause see, you all got to put on your big boy pants and your big boy, and your big girl panties and fess up and understand. I know I'm a blogger. I created the whole Black church blog thing. Now you got a lot of other people that are doing different things or whatever. That is wonderful. But I was the first that created this space and what have you. You can say this one is bigger than me now. You can say this one does it better than me. Whatever you want to say, I started this and this movement. However, I cannot get emotional and upset because if people that I have done stories on in the past, people that I've done stories on are discussed presently or have an issue with me, I can't get emotional and mad about that because I made a conscious decision to choose this particular career path. Now, everybody's talking about, the whole thing. Everything we do in life has some rules and regulations that govern it. Your job has some guidelines. If you got to wear a uniform, you got to be on time, you have things. And so it is going to be something of talk when you have somebody that is, okay, it's almost, for lack of a better analogy, it's almost like a rogue cop. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a police officer that is supposed to protect and serve, but the police officer is breaking the law. Okay? So we're not, people like this are Daryl, Leandria, and people that are edgy. I don't understand why they get mad, because they want to make a living off of church, but yet hate or dislike the ordinances and principles that go with the church. They're not singing for free. These musicians are not coming to services on Sunday and playing for free. You want to see somebody act up. You want to see a problem. You want to see somebody act a fool. You have a musician come to your church and have and play and have the understanding that at the end of the service or every week, they're going to get X amount of dollars. They are expecting that. Okay, just like the pastor or what have you is expecting them to play, expecting them to be on time, expecting them to render whatever they tell. If they don't get paid, it is going to be a serious problem and a serious issue with that particular person and that church. So my thing is, you don't work at McDonald's and say, I'm going to do what I want to do and I'm not going to wear my uniform. You're going to put that McDonald's t-shirt on and that cap. You're not going to work at McDonald's and show up at McDonald's with a Taco Bell cap, with a Taco Bell uniform on. And so I don't understand where ignorant church people live your life, do what you want to do. They have become well paid from the church. Now, just a private, everyday citizen, person that's sitting in the pew or what have you, we don't give a damn about that. That doesn't matter. That is not important. We are talking about these people that want to be high and lifted up, elevated in leadership, up in front of the congregation, up in front of people, not people that are just going and sitting in the pew. That's not the issue here. Because there's a lot of people sitting in the pews that live and do things. The issue becomes when you are in some kind of place of high visibility and leadership. And it is, I would say is damnable for you to think that you can have, and no pun intended, but that you can have your cake and eat it too. There's some things that you're not going to be able to do and be in that position. So that I personally believe that the brother was probably tired, and in whatever way he, I do not know how to get back to, I don't know how to get back to my messages. I had some messages that I wanted to, okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. So, wanted to, oh my God, look at my inbox. This is crazy. Okay. So, wanted to, really, I really think that this was, for lack of a better word, or for lack of a better way to, be able to, articulate it or explain it, that this was his way of coming out and sharing. And he has, I think, deliberately done things to share who that aspect of his life with the public and with his audience. And I was sent by several people the concert tonight. And I'm sick of the bull. and this emotional roller coaster. If you're going to post a picture of you kissing your man and y'all kissing directly in the camera, this was not a James Hall situation. That was Jeffrey Thomas made a conscious decision to out his ex, James Hall, because James Hall said or made a decision that, hey, I cannot do this, or I don't want to be with you anymore, and I can't do this in public. Because black folks in the black church, we silently acknowledge stuff. We silently, long as you don't say it, we all know it's the case, or this is the reality of it, but we silently acknowledge it. Long as you over there doing what you do and operating in your level of a vacuum or what have you, they can deal with it. But when you start making a conscious decision to, make what you do public, then that is the difference. No, we don't need to. Let me tell you something. Somebody just said we need to take the focus off of people's lives and worry about Jesus. No, because these artists and these pastors are getting paid. They are making money. They are not private members that are sitting in the pew going to church. They are paid. He is a paid gospel artist. Point blank. Ain't singing and opening his mouth for free. Ain't going, you call him. You inbox him and ask him to come to your church and tell him, I don't have a dime to pay you. I don't have any money to give you, but we love your music. We love your talent. We love your ability, and we want you to come. And I want you to see how many people before this pandemic, I want you to see how many people are going to show up for you and quote unquote minister for you for free. So that is what the discussion is about. That is what the discussion. And so all of these people are saying, don't judge him, don't do this. I want to see who are those pastors that is going to, and I'm not saying not to support. Now, I've heard different things, and I think that this was his way of coming out and sharing his truth on somewhat level of his own terms. And I also think that, that was how to do that, or, it was never going to be a good time for him. And so how to do it and how to figure it out, this was an easy way to mask it now and now be able to have the freedom of people knowing without any it's no denying it. It's undeniable. So, but he kind of has the ability for y'all to be sympathetic and say, oh, one of his friends then outed him. That was in his private share. It doesn't matter if it's in your private share. It doesn't matter if you got an OnlyFans. If I strip right now, even if I had an OnlyFans and I decided to strip or I decided to have sex on it in front of them, and then somebody screen recorded it and sent it to somebody or what have you, you still made the decision to do that. They both black, they both men. He knows that he's a gospel artist. He knows that he is the minister of music or praise and worship or whatever at Lighthouse or wherever church. All of that Daryl knew when he decided to kiss his boyfriend on camera. He knew that. He knew that better than you. But it is able to, it appears to me, it appears to me that he was able to somewhat come out, live in his truth, and still play the public and get their sympathy, because now you, especially a lot of, and that was the thing that's so shocking, especially a lot of the women, oh, they're so cute, oh, they're together, blah, 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 and all of that. And you fail or seemingly fall for the okie doke. And my thing is, and he was able to do it in a way that got you all to be sympathetic to him and play on your sympathy. So now you're in a catch-22, and now you have this conflict and this war that has got to go on, because what are pastors going to say now? What are pastors going to be able to say and sanction? Who's going to sanction this? And who's going to do it? Now, some people are saying, and I'm of the mindset, he might be getting ready to launch an alternative church. That's the only thing that he can do now. He has been posting these different little spiritual philosophies and anecdotes. He's a gospel artist with a large following. He's now, taking the cover off of who he is. So either he is going to launch a church, or he is going to go to somebody's church that is already established, that is alternative, and still be able to do church and do and do it. That's the thing. But in the midst of all of this, I want to ask y'all, what is going on with the Walls family? Because we know that it was rumored that one sister is supposed to have a bastard baby by John Gray, and now I have a videotape of another one of the sisters, Aja, I guess is how you say her name, and she's twerking and naked, twerking in the camera. So I'm just like, this whole family is is really, what are they going through? Because they're really expressing or really coming forward with, with this whole, kind of like sexual stuff. Now, and we remember, you remember Daryl. Okay, it's been rumors for a while, because you remember he went live. There was a clip of him where he allegedly went live on Instagram while performing orally on a man. Then there was another video of him having sex with a man, and that was rumored to be Keon. I want to know, like, I'm not even tripping on what Daryl is doing. Like, I want to know who these men are that's with him. And who was that? Who is that guy? So, Obnoxious Street Committee, who is the guy that kisses Daryl? I'm just curious, like, who is it? Now that's another thing. Let's discuss this. Let's discuss this because this is another interesting part. This is another interesting dynamic. Okay, say he is in love right now. What if him and this dude don't make it? Have y'all ever thought about that? Like, what if he and this guy that he kisses and that he threw it on the gauntlet. He threw it all out on the table. And what if they don't last? Like, I would really. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all. Let's just cut the bull and talk about it straight up. Okay, women, where's all the ladies that's in here? Ladies that's in the room. Ladies, raise your hand if you are anatomically, not in your mind, if you are anatomically and biologically born a female. Raise your hand. I want all the women that are born with a vagina, not in your mind, not mentally. You're not mentally a woman, but biologically down between your legs, you have a vagina. Okay. 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 The reason why I say that is all of you all that are women, you all have and know about sacrificing for a relationship. Okay? And I'm just curious as to if he's laid it all out and this doesn't work. And how many of you have been in the position where you sacrificed and did things for a relationship and it still didn't work? And so that's that's the whole aspect of this that is sort of like to this degree. Okay, you're saying gender loving. This is 2020. People are far more open-minded, far more, accepting and what have you. But can you can you do that and remain on your post? Now, the interesting thing is, okay, Erica says, McCrae, we have all been in relationships and sacrifice, not just men. It's just, it just doesn't work out. Life goes on. And this generation, a lot of relationships are not long term. Why are they not long term? Why are they not long term? If when you get married and you say, until death do us part, for in sickness and in health, and riches and for poor. See, that's why I think you have to be very careful. And I hate that if he decided because he's in the moment, you got to think long term. And so I just, the thing about it is, okay, so everybody is now going to be sympathetic toward him, and he's, is who he is, and he went live and wooed you with his talent. And everybody is saying, oh, we're so supportive and we're this and that. Okay, so what pastor's gonna have him come? Because for a pastor to allow him to come, they're going to have to, they are saying that, that I'm endorsing this. So, all right, y'all. I wish him well. I'm interested in seeing what Erica does, because it's my understanding that he's got a new contract, or recently signed a contract with Erica Campbell, and I guess it's her husband that have a music label or what have you. And so, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I think it's going to be really interesting, and it's really going to put the church and people in, because okay, so how many people started, well, I know James got the contract over at that Baptist church, Whitney Houston's church over in Jersey, but how many people are booking them? Even before the pandemic, how many people was really booking Leandria toward the end? How many people are booking, okay, let's take another one. How many engagements do you see Brian Carn getting? I'll wait. Is he still getting a lot of engagements? Is he traveling every week and day by day the way that, the way that he was? Well, nobody is, but even before the pandemic, was he traveling to that extent that he was, say, 4 or 5 years ago? I'll wait. Brian is said to, be straight and has fathered kids, How many? How well? Okay, I'll ask you another one. Let's play devil's advocate. How well you think John Gray is doing since all of the stuff about affairs? Do you think that was or had something to do with the pastor and his wife wanting their church back. Like, even though it was financial, but you don't think that might have been part of the undercurrent as to what they were thinking? Okay, someone said O.C. Allen. I know Clay. Where does Clay go to preach? Have you ever seen Clay on a flyer? And if he is on a flyer, is he at a mainstream church? I'm just, I am just asking these questions because while all of y'all are sitting and punching on your cell and saying this and saying, oh, this is okay, and I support you, you are talking from a standpoint as what private citizens do. And I have always had some level of conflict with the whole idea of church and money and paying and flying people in. And, because it's always like the first thing is about, oh, it's ministry. Oh, it's ministry. Well, who are you really ministering to? Who are you really ministering to? Who are you ministering to, and what is it? Why does it have to be a price tag attached to ministry? I don't know. All right, so let's get into this. Also, it came out. I had gotten the information, and it Elder Bishop Willie James Campbell, and we have had so many, so many deaths. So, there is a major conflict within the family, within the Campbell family, and it is unfortunate. There's some level of inward fighting. Elder Campbell had been married, was married to Ann Campbell, and I guess it's really been about 20 years, if not longer, that they divorced. And it is a well-known fact that that Bishop Willie James Campbell and Lori got into an affair. Okay? So that's fact. I've talked to Lori. I love Lori. Lori's, I consider her a friend. We have discussed it. I'm hoping to perhaps maybe, as things cool down, interview her, allow her to share her side. But they got involved, and as a result of that involvement, the marriage between Campbell and Ann dissolved. It was not able to survive. Now, what we don't know is whether or not the rumors are true that Willie James Campbell and Ann were allegedly rumored to not have been intimate for the last 12 years of their marriage. And not only is it said that they were not intimate or sexual in any kind of way, they did not even share a bedroom. They had not, and I've, heard that, and he has even, said that he had not been involved with her in a sexual way for at least 12 years. Also, it was known, or well-known fact, that that he and Ann would have verbal altercations right with her from the pew to him in the pulpit. That they would literally argue right in the middle of service. He'd say, "Oh, come and sing a song," because Ann is a tremendous singer, and she'd say, "Oh, I ain't singing nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't thinking about you," and blah blah blah. I mean, this is literally the pastor and the so-called first lady going back and forth right in church, and so I hate that they are in conflict like this, and that they have chosen to y'all know how I am about airing, dirty laundry. Like I really, I think that sometimes you got to put your game face on, and you got to go on and somewhat go through your issues and your conflicts privately. So talk to her. Hopefully we can have her on, but they have exposed the fact, and it seems like the way that the piece came out and the way that they were sending it around, it seems like it might have been some of his kids by Ann, because it's kind of, it's venomous, and it was written and slighted greatly against Lori. So just like this whole thing, people make conscious decisions. Campbell, let's just put it out there. Campbell's ministry, church, evangelist ministry, his whole thing suffered greatly because of that transition. Period.com. I don't care how you want to describe it. His situation suffered greatly when with that whole situation. So it's unfortunate. I just think that it's going to be interesting to see how all this play out. I'm shocked and surprised that all of you, getting back to Daryl, that all of you are saying all of this about, oh, we support you and what have you. Well, how? How do you support? How? And is any and everything supposedly okay to take place? Not saying anything about being gay or whatever is wrong, but why is it that people feel like anything should be able to go in church? Why is that the mindset that anything should be able to go? I have my personal, because I thought, now the irony of it was, and a lot of people were saying that, during the Stella Awards that, and I forgot, I wanted to make this point, that, that Kirk, made sure that they were uninvited to perform at the Stellars, which is kind of ironic that, because, he's the one that brought all this come as you are and all of this stuff to church. And he's the same cat that sat on Oprah's couch and said, I'm addicted to porn. So, how do you say that in one setting, and then you have over here in another setting somebody that, because I'm curious, if the church is going to counsel him, is the church going to say, hey, this is too much? Or are we going to come over here and do our own church thing? All right. So anyway, this has been Sunday Night Live. Y'all have been listening to me. I am live up here from New York. The city's so nice. They named it twice. It was another point that I wanted to make, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I cannot think of, most times I should do better. I should really write notes down, but it was it was a point that I really wanted to make that, that just like totally slipped my mind, and dang, I can't think of it. I think that is so funny. It's a person on the live that, that has a cartoon character up on their profile. And, I guess they say, a SOB like me could no way care about nothing that you say. Like, why are you here? Why are you so miserable that you on my live, and you think whatever you say it is like affecting me, which is funny. So anyway, I think it's hilarious. But what else? What are y'all thinking? How and do you think we're gonna come back from this? Anybody out there? Okay, they say that they don't get it. Oh my goodness, this is just like, oh, No, 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 no. You will not say that name and stay here. Absolutely not. Okay. Because that is no way. All right. So anyway, that's pretty much pay home, no mind. I'm not sure. All right. Mm. Never. I do not talk to trash. I don't entertain it. Big Mama told me trash is meant to be taken to the dumpster. You don't play in it, and you don't play with them. It's certain people that are beneath me that I would never associate and never deal with. Period. And so but I know y'all sometimes have a problem with some of the stuff that I say and how I say it and I don't. And that's another thing that I want to talk about. Well, we won't discuss it tonight. I won't go there tonight. But I am interested in I like the people, sometimes I like to really go to the, haters or people that say that they come on and they say something negative. I really like to go to their page, look at their pictures, look at their posts, and kind of really examine them and kind of, look and come up with maybe my own deduction of who they are and what's going on. And it's always, I know what it was like being fat, you know what I'm saying? And it's always someone heavy, something that ain't all the way up to par. And I don't know. Anyway, I won't digress. I will not digress. But anyway, so it's going to be interesting. We're going to see how it all plays out. I promise you that I believe that we're going to figure out or find out that this was his own way of coming out. I want to know who the guy is that he's kissing. How has his life in the last 48 hours changed? And, is this all worth it? And it's just you remember Love and Hip Hop? You remember Love and Hip Hop with the whole Christopher Milan and that whole gay storyline? Is some industries that it just doesn't work. And I know this is one of the things that I was going to say. Ladies, I'm going back to this. Ladies, if you're a lady, raise your hand. I'm going back to this. Now, this is the point that I was going to make, and I lost my train of thought. All of the ladies, jump back on. Let's get back to the ladies. Let's get back. Ladies, where you at? Where are you? Okay. This is the question that I have for you. Do y'all remember Ricky, what's the guy's name Nah, 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 nah. Ricky Martin. Y'all remember Ricky Martin? And y'all remember everybody was like, ooh, he's so sexy. Ooh, he's so fine. Ooh. And then he came out. Do y'all remember that? Y'all remember Ricky Martin? I'm just saying, is there anybody out there that remembers Ricky Martin and remembers that he was this huge Latin artist? And I mean, he was huge. He was everywhere. Everybody, liked him. They were buying his music. He was performing, blah, blah, blah. He came out of the closet. He's still rich and still got some things going. Do you see or hear from him? Do you see or hear from him? Yeah, living the vida loca. You do not see and hear him as good looking as he is, as talented as he is. He is with a man, and women buy music, and they get caught up in the fantasy and the emotional fantasy of playing that guy's record, and some kind of way fantasizing that, I will be with him. He was pretty much canceled. Now, we have somebody that says something about Elton John. And Elton, every example that you can give, I can tell you and show you that, yeah, they may have still been big, but they were canceled. They were stopped. And I'm going to say this. I am going to say this, just like with the rappers. What straight man is going to go out and buy a gay man's music? Gospel, hip hop, rap, R&B, whatever. Perfect example. Luther never came out. He never addressed it. Elton is white. Elton is pop. Okay, I think that that's a good point. But I'm just saying, those of you that are married, what kind of idea would you have if your husband or if your boyfriend came in with, okay, look at how, what's the boy's name? Lil Nas X. Have you seen and realized that the shift, that Old Town Road seems like that's it. And the more and more and more, the less and less that the less and less that you're seeing him. Frank Ocean. And the list goes on and on. kids don't have money, and kids are not the ones that are concert promoters. And okay, you think he got more? Okay, you think he got more? All right. Well, the thing, it remains to be seen. I'll say that it all remains to be seen, and we'll see how it all plays out. But that was the example that I wanted to bring, and I really wanted to bring that to the ladies, because I know that women really, black, white, Latin, whatever, they really, really liked Ricky Martin. Okay. So Elton and George, he said Elton and George made music for everybody. They didn't really have a target audience. Okay. And you don't, see or have like any kind of idea. The fantasy and the sexiness and the whole image is destroyed. It's gone. It was gone for George Michael. And you can see, I don't care, y'all can try to lie, and you can sit up and try to act like Alice in Wonderland if you want to. There are lines of demarcation that you can cross when you are a public figure and you have a certain type of career and a certain type of image. And when you not systematically, but when you self-inflict and destroy that, there is in some aspects no coming back from it. I just gave you an example of Elder Campbell. Before his scandal and his divorce and getting remarried, his ministry, radio show and stuff never was quite the same as it was before. Because when you have a person that brings you in, they are saying that they are endorsing you. They are sanctioning you. They are saying, I support this and this person and what they do and what they believe. Just like you got Zima Florence. Zima Florence, he's not nobody that you'll know, but he is the pastor of a church in Tampa, and he allowed them, and he still recognizes and had a service today, and had Demario Jives preside at that service. But yet, when I was in Florida, and you went to somebody's installation, you was talking old time holiness and being sanctified. If you clean, don't look nasty. If you clean, then why you want to act dirty? Light and dark have no fellowship. When light come on, dark go. The sun and the moon don't hang at the same time. It's plain and simple. It's plain and simple. Either you inside or you outside. All right, y'all. Send in your cash apps. Eddie Long, his church never got back to the critical. T.D. Jakes wouldn't even answer his calls or return his calls. It was never the same. It was never the same. I'm telling y'all. Y'all can play and you can jack off in your mind and you can lie to yourself and you can tell yourself whatever you want to. It is never the same. And you can make all kind of excuses, whatever kind of excuse you want to make. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It is, and because it's such a male-dominated society and situation, it is almost easier for a woman to admit and be able to be an open lesbian because heterosexual men still have some kind of kinky fantasy of enjoying to women. Just like even in straight or heterosexual porn, there are sometimes scenes where in pornography that is supposed to be straight porn. It's not saying, it's not in the bi porn section. It's in straight porn where you will see two women interact. And it's almost like, well, a man can accept and deal with that. And they have, but you can still see and you can still go back to the fact that there is in some aspects, whether you want to admit it or not, that it is in some aspects that some of those people will never fully obtain. They'll have a few moments of somebody running around and you know, saying, "Oh, we cheer for you," and blah blah blah, and what have you. And black folks is so hypocritical, and we lie and we pretend. We'll sit up and tell they'll love and say, "Oh, they like Ellen. They love, I just love Ellen, blah blah blah. She's a white dyke." But then where's the flaming? Where's the flaming guy? Or where's the flaming black guy? Or where's the flaming guy that's flaming, that's on TV? Where? Oh, but we support. Oh, but we love you. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you've been listening to and watching Obnoxious with your boy, Sir William G. McCrae III. Oh, okay. A secure. Where's the secure men at? And when have you seen it? And how has your interactions and life changed prior to and post coming out? You know, you my friend. We know each other for real. So how was it for you pre and post? I've watched you progress and become more accepting. I've watched you live and become more accepting and living in your truth. And then I've also watched you friend. I watched you remove yourself from a mainstream situation and put yourself in a situation and in a place that would be accepting and comfortable. You left me over in Kojic by myself. See, I'm the banner over there and the thorn in their side and yet maintaining in a mainstream organization. And but it's okay if it was rejection, and that is that, and I appreciate your honesty, and that is the point that I'm making, that even when you make that conscious decision, even when you make that conscious decision, like people can know that what you do privately, but when you say, and when it's out and when there's proof of it. See, black folks have a way of silently acknowledging stuff. You know you got a crackhead uncle, but y'all ain't gonna call him a crackhead. Or if y'all do, y'all ain't gonna do it in, you know, in your setting, you know, in your private family settings or what have you. But you already know that. You know, in your family, you got that uncle, or you got that one that touched the kid. Oh, you know, don't let so-and-so, don't let Uncle Billy be around the kid. You don't let him go nowhere by himself. You know, don't go down in that basement. I mean, we all know these things, and we all have had these levels of experience, but we can stand up and we can say on social media, and we can lie and say, oh, I support you, blah, 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 and I do this. This guy ain't coming and singing nowhere for free. I'm not talking about people that's sitting privately in the pew. I'm talking about people that is up and in the forefront and in leadership and getting a check at the end of the service. At the end of service, you going home. You going and getting with your friends and your family and trying to go get something to eat. Whenever we go back to church, you going to get something to eat. You not sitting and going to the office and getting a check for thousands. I'm up here in New York. I did not know the average musician gets probably at a New York and up north church is getting, I think they said between no less than between $700 and $1,000 a week. A week. So, no hate here. I'm just discussing. Thank you. Yes. I talked to one well-known musician today that gets before COVID was getting $2,000 a week. They don't like this kind of teaching. They do not like this kind of teaching. So, anyway, I've been on long enough. Hopefully send you a cash out to donation to Sir William. I appreciate if you like what I do. We are getting ready to launch the site. I know I've been saying it for a while, but I mean, each time we just like tweaking the app, the podcast. All of that is going to be under one roof, one umbrella, and I am so excited. So just thank you. And man, I really appreciate that. Now, you know that means a lot coming from you. And so that is where we are. And I appreciate it, you know. And then so I think next week I'll be back on to my regular page. So like and share over there as well. You know, so I appreciate that. And if I didn't speak to you or whatever, and you got on, oh look at St. James coming on here late. Reverend, you know you gotta pay your fine. All right, y'all. I would get off here. Oh my God, it is midnight. No, you're fine. You're fine. Chief Apostle. I don't know who that is. Oh, they say what teaching? Hey, I don't know. I maybe not teaching, maybe just a discussion. But, thank you for, joining, whether you liked it or not. Thank you for being a number up in the little black box. So, all right. Okay. I don't see nothing else that I need to address. So, and I'll probably come back some more. Because this is a hot topic. Also, follow me on Twitter because I think I might post, because Twitter is wretched. Twitter is wretched, so I think I might post some of this sexual content on the Twitter. I was waiting. I was gonna wait until the site, but I think I might have to give you a little appetizer. Yeah, Twitter is wretched. Twitter is woo. I'm telling you, it is something. So, all my social media, Facebook and, Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I haven't been on Periscope in a minute. I gotta get back over there. Oh wow. So the tweet went by. Okay. Okay, and yeah, I'm gonna open them. I'm gonna open them back up. I'm gonna my web guy and one of the guys that work with me had said make everything private. So one, so that you can control the trolls, and then two, so you can do a numbers increase. So that was the reason for that, because I guess everybody was able to go over there and see it without it tallying back or what have you for me. So that's why all of these different little strategies. So we'll see if the numbers climb or what have you. Anything. So we got to find out. This is what I want. We got to find out who the cat is. Okay. We got to find out who the cat is. Who is the guy that he looks in the camera and says, "I don't like you like that," and then he grabs him by the head and passionately, and then they may not be gay because they didn't tongue kiss. It may not be gay. Because they didn't. I don't remember. Was it any tongue? It wasn't no tongue. I don't think it was. Yeah, find out, Marie. What is this, Miss Army Marie? Yeah, find out. We got to find out who that cat is. We need to subpoena him. He's got to come before the obnoxious court and testify. We want to know some details. It was no tongue. They just kissed on the lips, right? So, I don't know. And then, there's other people that have kissed, and y'all like all that. Y'all like all that, and y'all support it. So, what can I say? But I know what the book says. There's a way that seemeth right unto a man. Come on here. Okay, they say they are definitely a couple. We don't know a man kiss another man. I'm just saying. Smokey. Oh, I didn't get a chance to discuss that. See there, Dad, why you didn't say something sooner? You should have said something. So you should have said something sooner, because I should have discussed it. Down. But I don't have a problem with fathers kissing and loving their sons. I don't have a problem. My father kissed me. He hugs me. I don't have a bishop on. Well, let me stop. Fatherly son figures. That's your son. And I think sons and fathers should have love and intimacy and if you can't be sensitive with your pops, then who can you be vulnerable and sensitive with? Anyway, you've been listening to Obnoxious Radio. I'm not Obnoxious Radio. That's my radio show. Anyway, you've been watching Sunday Night Live with Sir William G. McCray.